Hey guys, so that's probably a crazy title that you see, but I just got Atlas right here. Never used it, I just heard about it when ChatGPT wanted an update, so I thought, why don't we just try Atlas instead of Safari? I thought this was an image, but it's updating its time right here. I don't know I think that closes it, whatever that is. So I've never seen this, never used it. So we're going to find out how we're going to switch over. Okay, this looks pretty crazy. Let's resize this. This is big. At least I can, unlike ChatGPT, I can actually fit it in the screen. Look at OBS right now. Connect two devices on your network with Bluetooth. No, wait, it's not Bluetooth, it's Wi-Fi. Don't allow. Let's see. So we're gonna do what's the first question I wanted to ask? Alright. Does a quantum calendar exist? Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about this. Hang on, is this syncing with my ChatGPT? Yeah, it does. Alright, that's interesting. So it's the same information I have on the app. So let's read this. Because I usually do this on Google. There are calendars that use the name quantum calendar, but they aren't widely adopted or standardized in physics or international timekeeping. For example, there's a product called the Quantum Calendar, which is a printed wall calendar featuring collage art and motivational quotes. There is a concept of calendar hacking by a life coach energy healing approach called a quantum calendar, in the sense of aligning your time planning with quantum leaps. So in that sense, the answer is yes, the term exists and is used, but not as a formal scientific or global calendar system. A quantum calendar in the sense of quantum physics, or a calendar based on quantum mechanics. By quantum calendar you mean calendar system grounded in quantum mechanics, using quantum phenomena for timekeeping, or a calendar structure derived from quantum theory, then no, there is no mainstream calendar officially adopted that is labeled quantum calendar in that way. There are quantum clocks, which are highly accurate timekeeping devices using quantum physics, like the quantum logic clock. There was the initial World Quantum Day, April, and I was going to get to that after this. There was the initiative World Quantum Day, which is April 14th each year. April 14th is the day that is the anniversary of Concordia in 2030, which we've seen. But yeah, it is a real thing. What I looked at it, it was World Quantum Day is April 14th, and it's something to do with Planck's constant, which is 4.14, something like that. It says to raise awareness of quantum science. It's based on Planck's constant. The year 2025 is designated by the United Nations as the International Year of Quantum Science and Technology, but none of those constitute a reformed calendar system with the new date month structure grounded in quantum physics. My conclusion: if you just mean does a calendar system called a quantum calendar exist, yes, in limited novelty sense. If you mean does a scientifically defined quantum mechanics based calendar system exist? Globally adopted or reformed? No, not currently. The Hank Henry permanent calendar. The Hank Henry, I was looking at that as well. ChatGPT told me it before. It's where the days, you have the same day in a calendar. Like the days don't change, but the numbers do. Something like that. I actually don't like this. I don't like this. I prefer Google for this. It says no, a quantum calendar does not exist in the same way a physical calendar or clock does. The phrase is generally used as a metaphor for highly advanced quantum enhanced scheduling systems or in non-such scientific speculative contexts. This is the most accurate real-world application of the concept. Quantum computers and quantum-inspired algorithms are being developed to solve extremely complex scheduling and optimization problems that are beyond the capabilities of classical computers. But a quantum calendar would be able to use a quantum computer, or a supercomputer would be classical, but if you use the algorithms and the math, it would merge the two together. And you'd have to use, it comes down to the hardware and software. They would have to come together. You would create what is known, what would appear to be a synthesized atomic or stable element, which changes based on based on how it's observed. So it could be an atomic clock calendar. It could be like have no drift, which would be, well, atomic clocks have drift, but it's very, very small. But if you use the logic and math, it would be less drifty than your typical software and such. I'm not going to go in detail with that. That's more advanced than what I want to get to in this video. But then you have the stable, which would be in a classical computer, you would actually measure the drift, and it would actually look like the universe from your outside perspective. Looking at a supercomputer, you would see the drift of all these computers. And I call that the Concordia galaxy because it's like planets and stars all orbiting in their drifts, which is monitored by an outside source, which is also then observed by an outside third person, which would be you. So you'd see it all at the same time. I know that sounds really complicated, and I don't have a flow chart to show that, but maybe I'll do that in another video. But yeah. So let's go to World Quantum Day. And there's a website for this. World Quantum Day is an annual celebration held on April 14th to promote the public's understanding of quantum science and technology. The date is a reference to Planck's constant is a fundamental value in quantum mechanics. Events are organized by scientists, universities, and other organizations globally to share information and spark curiosity about quantum mechanics and its application in technologies like semiconductors and GPS. Did it start in 2025? Because I keep seeing the year 2025. So we're going to check this out. So this is the website, World Quantum April 14th Day. World Quantum Day April 14th. World Quantum Day every day in 2025. Interesting, it's every day in 2025. World Quantum Day, yeah, okay, we read that. From the fabric of space-time to the GPS on your phone, the universe speaks the language of quantum mechanics. That says April 11th, 2025. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Concordia is a real quantum calendar? And it will change how we see time and how we see calendars and all that. And the tension between the expansion of the universe and the expansion of the universe and the gravity of the solar systems. And that tension, from our perspective, would be 103 days. If you were in Mars, it would be 100. There are 103 over here, would be 105 over there. But you could still do the calculations, although you would have to use seconds to do that. Which I haven't gone that deep yet with Concordia, but we've done seconds actually. But haven't done anything with minutes that would be comparative between a day and a second, if that makes sense. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I found it out a few days ago. He told me about April 14th was World Quantum Day. So yeah, so there we go, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.